Let's continue our nesting loop. So we have just completed snippet 1 and 2. The third one we're going to continue. Let's look at here. Okay, I will copy this. So now right, we have almost good experience, right, with the loops, conditions, you know, printing things, console log, all that, right? I mean, we understand variable also, okay? Always, right, when we solve problem, what you have to do is just look at the things. I mean, this is already solution, right? This is solved. We just have to understand what's going to happen here, okay? What is this, right? Always look at the first line of code. What is this, you know? So how you going to read, right? Okay, this is a variable, means friends is a variable, and it stores the array of data, right? This is array. Array is our data type, correct? And it has a string, Philip, Abby, all this name, right? String stored inside the array. Okay, so friends is a variable. It has an array of data, array, right? And array contains, you know, string. Clear? So just look at here. You have, just have to understand, right, what is happening in this all. Okay, good. So now for loop, right? For loop here. So let I equal to 0, because we're gonna loop through this array, and what we're gonna do is basically Phillips. We'll just print, right, like Phillips has friend Abby, uh, Felipe, and the Simcha, right? Similarly, when we have this one, Abby has a friend, again Felipe, sorry, Felipe and Simcha. Okay, so then Felipe has a friend, Felipe, Abby, and Simcha. Okay? And then Simcha has a friend, Felipe, Abby, Felipe, and Simcha. Right? I mean, you're gonna repeat these things. Okay, how you gonna do that? Okay, let me show you the answer first, and then we're gonna talk about this. I will run this code, right? So Philip start here. Then Philip, how many times? One, two, three, 4 times, right? 4 times. Because the inner loop will run 4 times, okay? That's why for every index 0 outer loop, the inner loop will repeat that many times. So that's why you see here Felipe, Abby, Felipe, and Simsa, right? For Philip. The same thing for happen all of them. Like Abby also index 1. Abby is index 1, right? Here when index 1, this will repeat the whole cycle, like start from 0 until the last. Now for index 2, again this will repeat for 0, 1, 2, 3, like that. For index 3, again this will repeat complete cycle. So that's why you see for Simcha again Felipe, Abby. This is important to understand, right, how the loops is working. Okay, it's very important. So I hope I explained this before. Again, I'm repeating. Once you enter the loop, right, it will complete the cycle. And because outer loop is trying to do its job, the inner loop will always do its job also. So what is the loop? When you enter here, it will complete the cycle, then move back, because I plus plus happens here, after this, right? Every time this completes, then increase the index I. So I become 0, from 0 to 1. Next time will be 2, next time will be 3, like that. Because 0, 1, 2, 3, right? That is the length. Length is 4, but when I become 4, then this loop is done, completed. So when outer loop is done, that means it will control will just end here, right? So let's put it 0. Okay, let's get back to the that was the third one, right? Let's look at the fourth. This is same thing, okay? All is same, right? I mean, when you have nested loop, the same process. So let's look at this and try to understand again. So you have variable locations. Location will be created in the memory, and it holds the data array with all this string inside, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. The length is 4, and the index of this array is 0, 1, 2, 3. The last index is 3. Okay. Now this loop will run, and then you have inner loop start again. So in this case, right, index 0, but every time when outer index is 0, the inner index will be 1. So 1 is increased, right? I mean, just added 1 here, right, to the I. So I become 1, then this will be 2. I become 2, this will be 3. I become 3, this will be 4. Okay. So let's see what gonna happen now, right? Just remember, one index is higher than the outer loop because of this I, right? 0 plus 1 is 1 here. So when for 0, this will go from 1, right? So location I, so you get this one. Now this, in this situation, right, for 0 and let's say 1, you get this. So flat bus and location J. So this is 1. So you will start here, and then because this loop will repeat now, so from 1 it will become 2, you get this, and 3 you get this. Because 1, 2, 3. Yeah, index 3, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, and done. So when this become 1, you're gonna get this one, right? But here you're gonna get this. And when this become 2, you get this. But 2 plus 1 is 3, so you're gonna get last item 1. Okay. And when this become 3, you're gonna have this, right? But this will not run because already 4, this 3 plus 1 is 4, and 4 is less than 4, right? That is true. No, that is false, and then this will stop, so you're not going to get anything. So you have to really figure out how things work, right? So see, for this one you get this, but the last there is no more, right? So just look at this answer and try to figure out. The flat was, and here is 1, that's why you get 1, 2, 3. Next time is I become 1 will be this, but this will be 2, so 2 is this and 3 is this. So it run like that. And finally you have this one for index 2. When this become 2, this will be 3, so you just get last one, third one. and that's it. So make try write just write in the paper and see if calculate this, how this index is changing and how you are getting this. Okay, how you can receive the value, right? The reason for all this exercise is to really understand, right, how loop exactly works. I mean, based on this condition, right, how you're gonna get the data out of the array. All right, so let's look at the next one. So also in here we have colors of three, the color of array, because colors is holding the array of with the string three colors, right? Loop through that. So now here is some extra code, right? Color string color I. So every time this loop will hold this red for I 0, right? If index is 0, you're gonna get the first one stored in the variable color string, then you print that one red. Now you have the inner loop. After this you're going to start the inner loop, and inner loop is also starting with the 0 index. So color string j, right? Okay, color string j. Okay, one second now. So now look at here, this one, right? You loop through not the colors but this string, this word. Okay, this word, right? So color string dot length, you're going to loop until the length of this color. So first time will be red, purple, and next last will be orange. But let's say you have red, right? Red dot length. This is red dot length for 0 index. Okay. Now character color string j, right? So in this variable you're gonna store for index 0, you're gonna store R. For index 1 you're gonna store E, and index 2 you're gonna store D, right? This loop will continue to run. Okay, and then you're gonna print each character of that particular item. Done. So that's how it works. So let's go back and run. So this red you are printing from here, that word, right? Now you loop through that word and print each character. See, next time will be purple. For index 1 you get purple, and then console log purple, and you move to this loop. This will complete the whole cycle, and because you loop through this string you're gonna get all these characters. Similarly for orange. Okay, good to go, right? So let's solve now. I think the snippet is done. We're gonna solve something, right? Pair print js. Okay, so just look at this one, right? Same thing in the snippet as similar to the snippet. So you have, when you have this one first, then you're gonna start from broccoli, right? See, artichoke, and this is the first string. Then you start from broccoli, carrot, and daikon, right here. Next time you're gonna get broccoli, then because then you have this and this. So the outer loop will be start from 0 index, inner loop will start from 0 plus 1. So that always one more than the outer loop. Okay, and then that is all you have to do. So this simple, exactly as a snippet what we have done, right? So const function, and it gonna take array, right? So we just have to console log no return, right? You just print the terminal, okay, in the terminal. See the write a function pair print that accepts an array as an argument. So this is the array parameter. Here is the argument or value. The function print all unique pair. So you have to make pair, right, with this to this one unique pair. Okay, this one gonna have this, this. This gonna have okay. So we keep moving, right? So that means that, you know, this not gonna have this one, okay, because we already have make a pair, right? This gonna pair this gonna have pair unique this and this gonna have unique this, okay. So this same for for let I equal to 0, because index 0 I is less than array dot length I plus plus. Then we can write another loop, right? This time let j equal to I plus 1 to make things unique, and j is less than array dot length j plus plus. Now console.log first array I, right? I. So for let's say index 0 and 1. Here is 0 plus 1 is 1, right? Oh, what happened? Okay, I have problem with my mouse. So this will give me this, right? So we're gonna print like similar like this. Then what we can do is most likely we can add. I think we can concatenate, right? Let's do that. Plus string, make a dash, and plus. So we're gonna add space between left and right side, and we're gonna have array j. I mean, with this index, you know what you're gonna get, right? 1. So you're gonna get from here, and because this loop will repeat, so this will become now 2, 3. So you get this and this for all the for every first, right? You're gonna get this for this one, because this is index 1. You're gonna start with 2 index now. So F5 and look at that, right? Okay. The broccoli gonna have 2, and this carrot gonna have last. So yeah, that's how things work. Print combinations, right? This is the next one. So all right, so print combination, we're gonna go from here. Okay, let's take the question first. Write a function print combination that accepts two array as argument. The function should print all combinations of the elements generated by taking an element from the first array and an element from the second array. The function does not need to return any value, no return, okay? It should just print to the terminal. So what we have to print, right? If you taking this one, let's say we have two array, right? This one and this one, colors and clothes. So let's say gray short, gray flannel, right? Cream short, cream flannel, sign short, sign flannel. Okay, the print all the combination, right? So this, 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 again, this, and the sign short sign in a combination, right? I mean, you can, okay, let's look at here. The gray short, and that is all we see, and this one, and this same thing to do with here, right? So how are we gonna do that? Loop again, for loop. So let's write const print combinations equal to function, and we have two array, right? So let's call it array 1, array 2. All right, so for loop, let I equal to 0, I is less than array 1 dot length I plus plus. So there is some disturbance, guys, so please ignore that. Let, so I mean, that's okay, right? Let's see. I mean, we got this done. Okay, array 1 is the first one, colors. So we're gonna get each item, right? But imagine from the color I get gray now, 0 index. Now I'm gonna loop this right inside my inner loop. J is less than array 2 dot length j plus plus. Okay, so if I print one of this, this will give me the two, this one, right? So let's console log. So array 1 square bracket I, okay, and then space array 2 square bracket j. So it must be what happened here, right? Array 2, what is the error, right? Okay, so we just have to make it some separation, right, like that, or maybe dash, whatever, okay? Because we're just printing, right? Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, let's see if this will work. F5. See, we get not a number, right? We get not a number. It did not work because now, right? Console log. This one is okay, correct? And this one is also okay, right? But what is this now? Computer does not understand that. Okay, is that string, any data type? What data type is this? All right, so what we can do is it should just print this. I don't know why it's giving error. So here expect comma, right? Okay, let's put comma and try. F5. Yeah, so we have to separate each variable, right? Each data with comma. That works, but dash, when we put dash, that is not a data type. Okay, I mean, even comma is not data type, but comma is allowed, right? So it just allowed to separate things, because even log, see what is log, right? Log is a function. That's why you have parentheses and you passing the data, but each data must be separate with comma. I mean, if you look at anywhere, right, where you have function, even here, look at this, separate data separate with comma, right? Even in here, if you have two parameter, you separate with comma. Similarly, here also we have to separate with the comma. That's fine. So it work now. Gray sort panel, right? Cream sort panel, sign. Okay, and thereafter will be hot soup, whatever is hot soup tea, cold soup. This work. To some, yes. So this question they ask in interview lot also, right? When you understand this nested loop means you're gonna have good understanding how the for loop work. That's why these exercise are important. I mean, as long as you, understand, right? There is understanding level. That's okay. Write a function to some. There is a number. This numbers is an array, and the target that is also a number, just number. Right? This is array of number, and this is just a number. Okay. So that accepts array of number and the number as argument. The function should return a boolean indicating. So here, okay, the problem statement is the function should return boolean indicating whether or not there exists a pair, right? Pair of distinct element in the array that sums to the target. Oh, okay. So this is 7, right? So you have any pair here which equals to target. 2 plus 5 equal to 7. So yes, true. Soon you find that matching pair, return true. Else you can return false at the end. Why at the end? Because we're gonna finish checking all the pair. Right? So here distinct means we have to make sure we check separate pair, right? Not like a you cannot 2 3 2 5, okay, 2 9, then you can do 3 5 3 9. You don't have to do 3 again 2 because we have done already 2 3, right? So that's same thing. So you move forward. So that means in that situation we need to have the inner loop one higher, right? The index will be one higher than the outer loop, and that should solve our problem. That's the logic here. I will show you now, right? Cons to some function. So I'm gonna have an array, right, of numbers. I can just copy this. Okay. So array of numbers and the target is the number type. Always look for the data type. What is this data? What is this type? For let I equal to 0 because I'm going to loop through this numbers array as long as I is less than numbers dot length I plus plus. Now again in the for loop inner loop let j equal to 0, j is less than numbers dot length j plus plus. What is the mistake here now? So 0 index will give me for j also I'm gonna get this, right? 0 index first one, and for I also I'm gonna get first one, but I need to add distinct number separate, right? So that's why I'm gonna do here not 0 but I is 0 plus 1. So whatever is I, right, one more than that means the next element. Okay, so if numbers, now I'm gonna get the item, right? Numbers I plus I'm gonna add two number, first one and second one, right? So that is numbers j. What I get here? Numbers j and numbers I. So in this case I'm getting numbers I, that is 0 index, and j is 1 index. 2 plus 3 If we add that two number, is that equal to target? If any situation I get that, then return true. Oh, I just have to return true, right? I mean, yeah, I mean, just return one value. So let's return. There is console log. Okay, so whatever I return, right, that is true or false, that will be log here. Okay, so return true. So I will let this run, right? This for loop will run for every number. I cannot do else here and return false. If you do that, right, let's say first time this is false, then my else part will run and the code will end. But I don't want that. I want to check all this matching, I mean all the situation here, right, until the last. Okay, once, if there is no true, if there is no matching numbers equal to target, and the loop will be done, correct, the loop will be finished. So then I will go back here. Okay, so I am inner loop, I'm inside inner loop here. That is the red one. Outer loop is this one, I believe. That is the inner, that is the outer. So I have to go out of the loop. Okay, my loop is done. I have not found the matching number which will sum to the target. Then only I will return false, because I did not find. Okay, I did not find. I go through the loop continuously, keep checking, keep checking, keep. I didn't find any targets, any numbers which sums to the target. I didn't find. Then I will only return false after that. So always remember in this situation, right? When you have to check through the whole loops to figure out something, in that case, you complete the loops. Then after the loop is completed, you should return whatever the value, right? After that. So in this case, false. So let's run this code. And the first one is true, false, right? So let's see. True, false. See that? It work. If I will just do it here, true, if, and if you just put else here, else, return false, then soon this will be false. It will return this false, and then once you return something from the function, that is done, right? It will not gonna go repeat again, check for another number of it. It will not do that. So make sure, be careful with this one, this part, right? Very important to understand this logic here. I mean, this concept, very important. That means if you understand this, right, that means, you really have a good understanding how these codes are working. You really understand. This one is very important. Okay, so we're done. All right, let me check the next one. Okay, I will stop the video here, right, and then I will start it.